again, didn't make it in the first shot. All right, bam! Thanks for coming back and watching the Odd Rod Garage. Hey, I always try and jam too much work into too short a time frame. We had plans to go ahead and get the carburetor worked on this Vespa and, you know, run it a little bit for you guys. But man, I got a show to go to on Saturday. My nephew, Ben, who we built the 65 C10, he's having a whip competition. We're gonna be there, we're gonna video some of it. But man, I gotta get this car on a trailer and it needs to run and it has to have a supercharger. It's cool with the supercharger. So, I'm not gonna take my time to go through and continue to make this thing run. I apologize, give me a couple of days. I think on Friday we might have that video. Anyway, I'm gonna get this girl pushed in here. I'm gonna get the carburetor pulled off, the distributor pulled out. I'm gonna get the intake manifold pulled off, and we're going to start putting us a supercharger on because I have very little time, and this is what's gotta happen now. So, all by myself again, I'm gonna push this girl in here. 1 horsepower. Once again, didn't make it in the first shot. Oh man, I'll get it. Maybe I won't get it. Whew. I didn't think I was gonna make it. All right, 1 horsepower, 1 old horsepower. So you heard it spit and pop a little bit the other day. And that's because we have a carburetor mounted on an intake manifold that it doesn't fit. We could just barely open the throttle blades. But like I said, we're not gonna mess with that. Pulling carburetor, intake manifold, distributor, valve covers, we're gonna get it cleaned up. We're gonna put our big stuff on. We got to hear this thing roar for reals. So first thing I'm going to pull off, just because I happen to find the wrench laying inside the car, is the distributor. It takes a 9/16 wrench, and very easy. Anyone can do it. It's also how you adjust the timing. Ouch. That hurt. We got to get this girl popped out. I am running out of time. Today is Tuesday night, and I am going to turn this video into a video for tomorrow's Wednesday production. And it's like I said, I put too much in on a short period of time. So I'm probably going to come out again at 2 o'clock in the morning, but that's not going to make this video. But you know, I just got to get some stuff done. My wife gets upset at me for doing that kind of stuff. Always too much stuff going on. I don't blame her. Spark plug wire's on. If I can, I could take half of them off. It doesn't matter because I know where they go. Firing order for a small block Chevy, 18436572. So we should be able to easy enough put that back on. We know we have the vacuum advance pointing basically towards our breather here. All right, distributor should come out. Boom! 1 HEI distributor. One of the best distributors ever made. Actually, fairly good performance as far as the distributor is concerned, coming from the factory. All right, gonna need a 1/2 wrench. And we are going to pull. Love this throttle cable here. We're gonna pull this stuff off so that we can get our carburetor on. We can get our carburetor off. All right, it only takes 4 bolts. Now normally it would be nuts, but because we're just doing this temporarily, we just threaded in a bolt. We normally have a stud with a nut on it, but hey, temporary. Mock-up. I am the self-proclaimed mock-up king of the world. Problem is I mock up more things than I finish. I finish a lot of things. Everyone gives me crap for having so many projects. Finish a lot of things. Just not enough, you know? Just not enough. So on our intake, or on our Supercharger, it's set up to run only one 4-barrel. I really want to run 2 or 3 2-barrels, but I don't have the time or money to do that. So for this competition, we're just going to run a single 4 on it. And this is just go up, advertise a YouTube channel, you know, make a little noise, have a little fun. Carburetor off. All right, we're ready to grab, hopefully, we're going to grab all the bolts here off of the intake manifold. We will crack them with the wrench first, and then get on them with the socket. These here in the center will not come off with a socket. The angle is all wrong. Later model engines do have that. Man, they finally did it. So there's this YouTube channel I watch a little bit of. It's called Puddin's Rod Shop, or Puddin's Fabrication, or something. Puddin something, Puddin. And I gotta tell you, he's got a lot of people watching him, and he does some great fabrication, but he's got this silly persona of some redneck, backwards mother country something or other. And if you watch his older stuff, he didn't talk like he does in this now. But I think people like the ridiculousness of it. Tell me if you want me to turn into Redneck Hick. Man, I can do this right here. It's no problem at all. You know, all you got to do, get one of these little spanner wrenches on here. We just do a little spanner wrench. We'll just open this up. It ain't gonna be no problem. I don't know. What do you guys think? I've had a lot of people tell me don't turn into an idiot. I told them that happened a long time ago. So we did want to hear it just crackle and pop, and yeah, we didn't get to run it like we wanted to, but it ran. It ran enough to tell us that we got compression in all 8 cylinders. Oh, that hurt. And that we needed a different starter, because it sure didn't like that starter. Well, the starter didn't like the engine, that's what it was. That starter was not made to turn over an engine this big. Now, I've had a lot of questions as to what I'm going to do about wheelies and keeping the wheels on the ground. And this is just a little putt-putt, go around, have some fun car. But yes, we are going to put wheelie bars on this. Not for the show. We're going to be doing a build on this thing so we can take it out and drive it around. The other person was telling me, man, you're going to break the transaxle. Well, if I were going to just run it like it is right now, that is true. We're going to build an entire brace system, come up into sort of a roll cage, not really a roll cage. We'll take care of it. We do not want to destroy this little girl. As silly as it is, we still like it. We're not going to want to destroy the transaxle. That would just be more money I'd need to spend. Heaven knows I don't have any. This is being a booger. Let's see if this one's skinny enough to get in there. This is really fighting me. That doesn't look like it. I'm not sure how we're going to get that one off. We'll get all the other ones off and then deal with that at some point. I thought I had it going. I think it turned a little bit. Maybe I can get it to go. Can't believe we got that. Sometimes I get lucky. Alright, I think we have all of our bolts loose. Try and pop this girl up, give me a little pry bar, and see if we can get an intake manifold off. I wouldn't normally do this, but I don't care at all about this manifold. She's loose. Bam! Alright, it actually doesn't look too bad. Let me show you. Alright, this is where water runs through, so that's always going to be rusty. Everything looks pretty decent down here. That's an accumulation of corrosion from aluminum intake manifold. where water is supposed to go up through there, but it doesn't really go through there because it's blocked off. That's no big deal. I'll put the rags down in here so we don't contaminate everything. We'll get this all cleaned up. We'll get us an intake manifold on. All right, a bunch of this is gonna fall down in. We'll get it vacuumed out. I only have so much time. Yes, yes, always in a hurry. This is the old gasket. That's how I like to come off. That came off a little easier, at least the majority of it. That was easy. We'll get our shop back and vacuum all this cacahuate out. Alright, we're going to use the whizzy wheel. Let's see if we can get her cleaned up. Alright, let's see if we can get the second side cleaned up. You'll actually be able to see this side. We need more air. Hold on to your ears. That was bad. All right, now I'm going to get a rag, wipe down some of that stuff, and we'll be ready for an intake manifold. All right, this is the heart to the whole thing. A 471 Supercharger set up for a single 4-barrel. I'd rather have something different, but this is what I have right now. So I'm going to pull the Supercharger off. We're going to start getting the intake manifold prepped, and like usual, I'm out of time, but we'll get this done and then we'll say our goodbyes. And when you see Friday's video, you might see a little more of this girl. Let's get these girls, hopefully. This Supercharger is called a Camden, C-A-M-D-E-N, Camden Supercharger. They don't even make, well, actually they do make them still. They're actually pretty expensive. They were built literally for the street. This rotor here has a Teflon strip in it so that it seals better. Every single one of them do. And so we're hoping that it's going to do what we need it to do. We think it will. This is a toy anyway. We're just going to lay it right down here on the ground. Set it on top of that. I'm glad I took that apart. Been sitting around for a while. Got some stuff up in there that we don't want coming through an engine. And we need to find some type of seal for this. We may need to make a seal, because I do not have one like that. Alright, let's keep going. Not sure why that's like that, but just believe it. We'll get this girl all cleaned up. That has oil going to it. Where are we supplying the oil? Well, I think I'm going to take this and get this bead blasted. We need to get this girl cleaned up and looking good. Bead blasting is going to be the easiest way. But I got to find out where this oil is coming from, what it's supplying. Maybe that's a drain back down into there. Where's the supply for it? That's the drain, what drains back in. I see a couple of lines here, but I didn't know it had a, I didn't know it was supposed to supply oil. I need to do a little research on this. This one may take me a little bit. I hate it when I don't know what's going on. And it happens so often too. I will do some research tonight on Camden Superchargers and find out if I'm supposed to have a oil supply line coming into them. It certainly appears that I should, based off from the oil that comes in here and drains back down there, it appears. Alright, once again I'm stumped. I better go find out. I thought I knew what I was doing with the Supercharger, but it looks to me like we need an oil supply line. That being said, we can do it easy enough off the back of the engine where the oil pressure switch would normally go. But we can plug it in. Hey, we want to remind you guys to subscribe, share the link with a friend, hit the notifications. Our numbers have come down. We've been a little bummed out about that. I think we're doing cool stuff. Anyway, let us know if we're not. Anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by. We love you guys. It's awesome. Thanks for watching.